Noob D&D Dad here, where I am the DM for two different groups, an Army veteran group and my son's group for Dungeons & Dragons. And I have a secret. But I have to hide because they're everywhere. So I'm thinking of DMing for a third group. Don't freak out. The third group would be for my 3-year-old daughter, my 5-year-old daughter, and it'd be a crossover with my 8-year-old son who's already in the other game. So lately, when we've been gathering to play for my friend's group and my son's group, my 2 little daughters scooch up chairs up to the table and they sit up next to it and they get right up into it and they want to roll dice and they want to be there and they want to play. And so for the last little while, I've been thinking of a way that I can get them integrated, or that I can do a very little kid D&D, and I think I've almost got it. So it would obviously be really basic, and it would definitely be princess and prince themed. And I've already had a map in my head that I'll show you in a minute. So the idea is that it will be very simple. I think we'll still have name, race, class. I was thinking of only having 2, what are they called? Traits. What are the things? Strength, wisdom, charisma, whatever those are called. I was thinking of only having 2, strength and wisdom. So everything physical is strength, anything mental is wisdom. But I think I don't like that, and I actually want to break it down and let them have all the scores, so that like if it's raining really hard, they can roll for Constitution to see if they can handle it, right? And if not, then they have to make a little tent or something. So I think I'm going to want them to have all of those attributes or scores, and it's going to be princess themed. And let's look at the map. So one of the things I really like about the Essentials kit, this bad boy, is that it has the map inside. So I've been drawing a map. I was thinking I would do it on a poster board, but the more I drew it on this paper, the more I just kind of decided I liked it here. So the idea is that this all connects like so. And I haven't quite decided what I want in the top right corner, but the idea is that this very whimsical and thematic looking castle with farmland outside will be where the girls start, the little princesses, and my son will be a prince and he can start there too if he wants. He's determined to be a tiefling. And then you have roads, and this is like an inn, like on Stardust, like an inn at the crossroads, and then a scary forest, and then sand dunes, and then you have a creature and a mysterious mansion on an island. So I just figured there's lots of adventures to be had. And then up here beyond the foothills, you get into some scary snowy mountains, and then the pathway goes on to a more fortified castle, maybe a more antagonistic castle. So, and then who knows what other adventure will be up here. Maybe we'll have a rainbow that they can cross and meet some cool characters or something. So that's my map so far. And I was thinking just like the Essentials kit where you flip over that map and then underneath is like a town, like with streets and houses and buildings. I think I'll do some of those as well to do like the zoomed in versions of the places they go. So they can do all their shopping, they can create potions, they can create magic items. And that will be kind of my whole idea with these girls and my son. And the idea as well, so my friend's group that has my son in it, we play pretty much once a week. But the whole week my son's like, oh, when are we gonna do D&D again? And I'm secretly thinking that in my heart as well. And then the veterans group, we do every like Friday morning at like 7 in the morning to 9 in the morning. And so that's pretty well set. But the girls want to play and my son wants to play more. So I was thinking if we had more of a family-oriented one that we could just bust out and just like a simpler map. Maybe I started making that map too complicated. But a map that just has very, very defined thing. It's like castle, scary forest, mansion, hotel, right? Like stores, and then just create people, you meet the mysterious person and you have to go to a place to get a thing. And then you need that thing to open another thing. And then you need that thing to learn a skill. And then you take that skill to go do a thing. Whatever it is, I don't know. No idea. I've never done this before. But what I have done is I've told my kids nighttime stories at night that I make up. And I've had tons of fun with it. And it's usually been fantasy oriented, even though I typically have not been a fantasy fan. For me, fantasy has just been these four books. That's been fantasy in my world. So I just wanted to get on here and share a sneaky confession that I might be DMing for a third group. And if I do, I will definitely share updates here on how that goes. But I think there's a few absolute objectives that I need to have in this. One is that we have a fun time as a family. That's number one. Two, I want them to be able to enjoy the game, like be able to use their imaginations. I want them to be able to role play with NPCs and each other. I want them to explore the fun area that we're going to make, just totally full of fantastic creatures and sights and sounds. And three, I want them to have some fighting, fight some bad guys, do some good in their world. So I'm actually super excited to be the dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons for my 3-year-old daughter, my 5-year-old daughter, and also again for my 8-year-old son. He used to be 5, but he's 8 now. I don't know how that happened. So stay tuned for possibly updates of an ultra family friendly, very loosey goosey on the rules. Basically, I want to take like a tenth of the rules and follow them, just ultra simplified. But yeah, family friendly, super little kid Dungeons and Dragons. So if that sounds interesting to you, please let me know by doing the YouTube things. I know that's annoying to ask, like the subscribe, like, comment. I would love to hear your suggestions on how to do the characters and how to level up for such young minds, because I really do want to do it out of the book, but just reduce a lot of the options. So I'd love your feedback, and I think we are going to go forward with this because I don't view it as too difficult. I draw the map, pick some quests, create their characters, give them dice, and we go. And I think it's going to be a blast, and I like that it's going to involve the younger kids who I think they've been feeling a little bit left out. Because we got to tell them to get away from the table sometimes when they're starting grabbing and pulling on stuff, which is a little sad. But this way, I think we can have some fun. So truth be told, I'm ecstatic to try this. So let me know what you think, and call me crazy. Maybe I'll be DM times 3, or maybe it won't count because it's for little kids. Probably not. But this is a side quest. I'm still going to be doing the other groups and updating on the other groups, and I still have many sessions on the other groups that I need to record. But I wanted to share this update and see how it's received. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.